Yeah.
Uh,
So we are live. We are live.
Oh,
Yeah. So that's what I was thinking about when I saw it. It said Black Lightning.
yeah.
That's isn't that the DC like? Is that was it inspiration or just no?
No, I had no idea there was a DC comic book hero named Black Lightning. The reason why I named my character Black Lightning is because the character has the ability of Black Lightning.
Oh, okay. What do you mean?
Yeah, so like he shoots Black Lightning from his palms and everything. Anywhere.
Your character or the DC character?
My character, I'm creating a series on YouTube. So my character shoots Black Lightning.
Ah, like a show or like a comic or something?
Both actually. I have a
Okay.
motion comic series and an animated series.
Okay. Nice. Nice, man. That's awesome. Yeah, like a lot of people ask me too, like, so I've been messaging this young Trump supporter girl, this Mexican Trump supporter, and everyone asked me, I guess, talking about these political topics, and because she's like, why are you called Revenge of the Dreamer? Like, everyone assumes it's about the Dreamers, like with the immigration stuff, but no, it's the name of a J. Cole mixtape, and yeah, and it has nothing to do with immigrants or anything. But yeah, so then when people search that, like, that's why you have to put, like, I put my tags like Revenge of the Dreamer channel in the tags, and then that's the way the channel shows up, because then or else it was just like J. Cole stuff. So um but yeah, man, I seen you've been on YouTube for a little bit. Like, what kind of inspired you to start like making videos, and like what was like an inspiration maybe for you?
Yeah, I basically wanted a online diary for myself, just to vent my frustrations out with the world. Now
Yeah.
it's more like I have a story to tell.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I will still dabble into politics. I mean, my series is still, well, the motion comic side of it is still very political, but you're going to see more story kick in to
Right.
compensate, well, not compensate, but accommodate it.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I'm the same way, with this show. It's just Revenge of the Dreamer. It's a little deeper than a lot of people don't understand. It's just kind of waking up and seeing that everyone has their own story. That's why lately I have been watching videos of like the shooters, not that I'm trying to shout them out or give them publicity or anything. Like, I watched with classy liberal here of the Nicholas Cruz video, and I got people commenting about it, and like, we're living in a time now where there's a lot of people who are disenfranchised in the world and they feel lost. I mean, that's why suicide is up, especially male suicide, and no one really cares because it's not really, it's about men. So I mean that's usually the case. I actually watched this really interesting documentary I recommend to anybody. It's called The Bridge. I think it's called The Bridge, but it's like about how people, like, the San Francisco Golden Gate Bridge is like the #1 place for suicide in the world, more than that Japanese forest. That's like #2, I think. But um,
Oh,
yeah. So, and it's basically a documentary that shows how people, like, who I guess want to commit suicide, make this pilgrimage to the bridge. Like, okay, like it's very eerie, right? And they interviewed a survivor talking about it because um he basically had made the decision and like said that he traveled from, I think he lived a little, like maybe like two or 3 hours away, like just had prepared himself to die. He went and like made the journey, and he said he went to the bridge, and there's obviously the bridge, there's constantly people walking, tourists and stuff, and he was like sitting on the edge just contemplating if he really wanted to do this. Like, he was crying, like emotional, like thinking about it. And then this guy with a camera just came up to him and was like, hey man, can you take a picture of me? And like, he said it was like a tourist, so the tourist and his wife or something, and they were foreign, so they didn't really, I guess, comprehend that what he was going through, or didn't care or something. But he was like to himself, like, man, I'm thinking about killing myself, and this person just wants a picture from me. um and eventually he jumped and like survived, and most people obviously don't survive. And it's very telling.
oh,
Yeah, it's very telling what he says about when he did it. They instantly feel regret. Anyone who out there thinking about suicide, look at interviews of people who survived suicide attempts, and they always say like when they jump like from wherever they're jumping or whatever, obviously you know, most people don't survive, but the people who do survive, they're saying that they just feel like an instant regret. They feel like, oh my God, I made the wrong decision instantly. And that's like very common for all of them to say that. And that's something for you to think about whenever you're, you know, feeling these times and stuff. And yeah, I mean, I don't know why it's up, but I do feel like there's so many people who are disenfranchised out there. That's why we have these school shooters who um, they feel like society owes them something and they didn't receive it. All these things. Um, you get a lot of feedback, I think. By the way, Classy, there's a lot of feedback on your end, but it's all good. Um,
Is it better now?
Now there's like an echo, but I think it's gonna go away. I think it was just from you moving your mic, but
Oh, okay.
there's still a little bit of feedback. Oh, it just went away. It just went away. Okay. So anyway, the whole basis of my channel is just that everyone has a story. Everyone has like, you know, I try to play like on the outro of my videos, like hip hop music is very inspirational to me. Super Tenor, what's up, man? Thanks for being on the stream. Um, Basically, you know, Revenge of the Dreamer is the J. Cole mixtape, and that whole mixtape, like that's J. Cole is obviously, obviously, but he's probably my favorite rapper. Just how he raps about just perseverance and like making it, you know, especially when he wasn't popular. Like I like his old stuff, and everyone says that about so many people. Like, oh, I prefer their old stuff because that's I think when they're trying so hard to make it and they're just giving it their all. That's why so many albums out there are classic albums, and it's usually like the first album, like Nas, Illmatic, Jay-Z, Reasonable Doubt, you know. So, are you into hip hop music, by the way?
Yeah, I like listening to it. Yeah,
Nice.
I don't have a particularly favorite artist, but when I listen to it, I'll take the time to I'll make time to listen to it.
Right.
Yeah, I've never been a big fan of this hippity hoppity
Hippity hoppity.
hippity hoppity music.
Hippity hoppity.
But don't get me wrong though, if there's a good song, I could appreciate it as a good song. Like there are certain genres of music where maybe it's not personally like something I would listen to, but I can appreciate that it's good in the sense like the artist is expressing himself or herself, that they put a lot of effort into it. Like for example, I'm not really that much into metal, but there are some metal songs that I can listen to them and I'm like, okay, I can tell it's a good song to metal fans because like it's definitely very expressive and I can see the same in hip hop. Any other genres you're into?
Yeah, metal is great when you're like
Yeah.
I like to listen to metal when I'm like about to work out or working out just because it gets you pumped. But I was telling Classy a little off stream that country, I'm actually recently gotten into country. You know,
I should
R&B.
get my guitar. No.
Your
I'm
guitar.
not- I actually do have a guitar.
Nice. I don't play any instruments, but yeah, ever since obviously my favorite is hip hop rap music. Unfortunately, it's not like and with my audience, a lot of my audience didn't really realize that when I was growing up, when I was, you know, growing the channel and everything. And then I finally told them like, yeah, this is based off, you know, hip hop has really, you know, the music that I would listen to, the artists really would help me through my experiences growing up as a kid, having to go to, you know, not that great of a middle school, you know, and it's I listen to the music that is all about perseverance. Like I love a message. I love a message in many things, movies, you know, comics, you know, I'm all about a story. I'm all about a message. And I think we all have a story. And that's what a lot of people don't realize now that I feel disenfranchised. You know, that's why Logic had his, you know, the #1 song, which is like, I forgot the number, but he made it popular because he wanted to talk about suicide. I know Joyner Lucas, also one of his previous mixtapes, he's talking about suicide and like, you know, killing yourself.
Yeah, I love his music. Yeah, he's one of the rappers I listen to.
Yeah, he's a good up and coming, and I think once he has like his first mainstream album, it's gonna be a good one. But yeah. So that's what it's all about, and you know, a lot of people like they would comment like, yeah, you know, hip hop rap music, it's all about glorifying the bad stuff, glorifying violence, misogyny, and you know, there's a swagger to it. There's a swagger to the music.
There's a swag component to misogyny, Dreamer. What's so swaggerific about misogyny?
Funny that you say that. I mean, honestly, it's the truth. Like
Oh,
women, like with those songs, like it's not like it's a bad thing. Like there's a reason Dr. Dre is a 60, it was in his 60, or I don't know, he's 60. I'm maybe adding some years. Maybe I think he's in his 50s, maybe. There's a reason Dr. Dre is like, you know, for Mr. Forbes list, super rich, you know, top of the top, has everything, but is also married. A lot of these rappers, there's a guy I follow on Twitter. His name's Todd Millionaire. He like posts a lot of business stuff, a lot of inspirational stuff, mostly about real estate. Like he's heavy into real estate, but he always posts like your favorite rappers out there are all getting married and they rap about like that lifestyle, and it's kind of like a character. It's like a facade, right? Just because honestly, that's, you know, women want like that. You know, you learn that over time that women, they want what they can't have. There's a reason why some women go after like married men and things like that. And it's all a character. It's all a character with these people, with these rappers now. You know, it's all a character. There's characters in many things. Like Ric Flair, he's a character, right? He was, you know, a lot of these rappers too, inspired by Ric Flair. You know, to this day, they put freaking Ric Flair in their songs and their intros and stuff. But the point I was going to say is like there's a reason like someone like Dr. Dre, who has like a family, is married, has been happily married. He's in his last album, which came out in like 2015 when the Straight Outta Compton movie came out, and he was saying how you know, like, oh, I fuck bitches and stuff, and it's just like it's just what you put in the lyrics. It's kind of like a filler in the lyrics, and you know.
I mean, to be fair, you can even argue some like the older songs, like even certain classic rock songs from the Beatles and other bands are misogynistic by today's standards. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty much a product of their time and culture.
Yeah, everything's like that, and that's what is also happening too, where you have people who are, you know, like, oh, Friends, the TV show Friends is problematic. It's transphobic. It's homophobic, and yeah, it's
yeah, a lot of '90s shows were like that.
yeah.
I'm assuming it's the '90s. It could be early 2000s.
Friends was in the '90s.
Interesting enough.
Okay.
It started in the 90s, ended in the 2000s. Yeah.
Okay. So I was in the right ballpark then.
Right. But yeah, I mean, that's what my channel's about, and I've said it before. A lot of people don't know. And then yeah, so we have a guest next week, and she's basically like a Trump supporter. And was like, "Are you trying to set me up?" Because she was also like, you know, do you are you know, because she saw my video and was like, "I hate Infowars." And he's like, "Are you trying to set me up because I like Infowars?" And it's like, oh no, like calm down. It's just because what a lot of people don't realize on YouTube, which I feel like should just it's pretty obvious, but I guess a lot of people don't realize it, is that like you have to have sometimes like controversial titles. You have to have like something that you have to have a title and thumbnail, everything to make people click on the video, and that's how you grow, and that's how people get interested. You know, because if no one's saying anything about you, you know, if they're not hating you, then they're not talking about you.
Black Lightning, you should make your old hype video titled you know, gay trap owns white virgin racist or something like that.
I mean, because I was trying to be polite with my titles, because when I find that yeah, I know.
That's my advice.
No, I think he should be polite. At least when he deals with those type of people, you know.
Like the thing is, I made an inflammatory title before, and the people really hated me for that.
What was your title? There's only two genders or something like that?
Oh no, it was. Let's see. Oh, I think I said the abomination of homosexuality, even though that's not my actual position.
Right.
People hated that video. Like, oh my, why?
What was the title exactly? Say it again.
I think it was No, it wasn't that. It was like why homosexuality was a sin or something. It was something like that, but it was flagged. It was flagged down. They didn't. They thought I was serious in that video.
It was flagged down.
Yeah, someone flagged it, so I privated it and I took it down.
That's lame.
I ever
Yeah.
seen that video?
I don't think so. It was one of my trolling videos, and I think the one video that's still up and it was pretty much inflammatory still. It says myth that black people believe debunked, and that was like my most successful video because it's
That was a
very
really good
inflammatory.
video.
Yeah, but the title, it made people believe that I was racist or a coon, as they would call me,
Do
and
you,
that wasn't really where I was going for.
do you get that sometimes? Like people, like what is that? What is your common thing that people go after you about, if any?
So far, the only group of people who are still after me are the pro-blacks who think I'm not pro-black enough. So they will call me a Uncle Tom or a coon. And then the racist white people, the alt-right, will call me the N-word, the F-bomb, or call me Jew Lightning. Jew Lightning of all things. Seriously.
No, they should call you Black Lightning with a triple parentheses.
Okay.
That's ridiculous. I'm surprised the LGBT community hasn't been against me because I get it with the topic of gender. I'm pretty flexible there, but with transgender people, I still, I guess with their bodies, I still say, yeah, you're assigned male or female at birth. That's your sex, male or female. But of course, your
Right.
gender is different. I still acknowledge you by your gender. I still call you by your preferred pronouns, of course. But I just not one of those people who will deny the biology, the
Yeah.
biological truth of it. But
What
yeah,
about religious folk?
religious
You make
people.
atheist.
No,
things.
Yeah, they surprisingly the religious people like me for some reason. Maybe it's because I'm not a cringy anti-theist.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I have an opinion that I guess might not be too popular, but I just feel like in this country, like I was on my Snapchat and there was like a thing where I was showing like, oh, we're having the first Pride Festival in Iowa, and this is where Mike Pence is from. I forgot the city. I don't know if it was Iowa. Could be wrong. I honestly didn't even remember. But they're interviewing these people, and they're like, "Yeah, bigotry isn't allowed here," and oh my god, da da da. And it's like the Christian conservatives leave gay people alone. Like, there's no problem here. You guys want a problem. It seems like you want to have like a Joker to your Batman or something, and it's not even like that. That they go after Mike Pence because he's a Christian conservative. Like that's your enemy. Like they went to his house, which he wasn't even there, and they're like making out. They think he's like a cartoon character. Like he's gonna see gay people making out. Like stop it. And it's like, it's like, no, that doesn't happen. Most Christian conservatives, they just say like, oh yeah, like we don't agree with your lifestyle, but they're welcoming. Like churches now are accepting gay people, and people argue with that. And then you have the story of the gay bakers, which is ridiculous. Most gay people, like I was talking to Liberosity on one of my streams, who was bisexual. I didn't even know before I started, but he's he's LGBT. And was like, yeah, like it's I don't know if we talked about the gay baker, but he's kind of in like he's like a person like all the other gay people I know in my life, that the fact that they're gay doesn't make them any different. They're just like all of us. We're all the same people. Like we have different preferences. And a lot of my gay friends just say that, yeah, we want to, I hate like this, we're special or something. Like we want to be seen like everyone else. And I think for the most part, gay people are in America, and like I said, they want to create a monster to go after, and there's no monster. If you want to go after a monster, look at Saudi Arabia, where these guys are, they're still like gay. There's Vice did a piece about it with like there's gay Muslims, or at least culturally Muslim, that like have to meet in secrecy in Saudi Arabia, because if they're seen holding hands, if they're seen kissing, they get thrown off a roof. And that's just my opinion.
I mean, it's not just that though. Like I do acknowledge that there are still probably some bigoted ignorant people out there in the United States, but it's decreased by a significant amount. Like I think the only groups that are like still very anti-gay are like the evangelicals. Surprisingly, I think there's a statistic that like evangelical are far less accepting of the LGBT community than Muslims. But maybe that's because like Muslims are just really good integrating in the United States at least.
I want to see the source of that because they also
So
had
Pew,
they also had they also had Pew Research also did one in like Europe, and it was like
well, I'm talking about United States though. I'm not talking about.
I know. I'm just saying in Europe they had I think it's like over 40 like 30 to 40% of like Muslims in London think homosexuality should be a crime or something.
Yeah, but yeah, to understand the circumstances are different because those Muslims haven't integrated into Europe. Um, but the Muslims here have, for the most part, integrated well. Just because we don't bring a flood of people into this country like they do in Europe. Like we have a better system. It's not perfect. You can definitely
Right.
criticize.
Yeah,
what's up?
my only complaint in certain, I guess, groups of people in the Black community who just socially ostracize you if you're LGBT.
Especially the
Right.
Black nationalists. They're surprisingly very anti-gay. It's sad that like the alt-right white nationalist group are far more accepting of LGBT members than Black nationalists.
Right.
Yeah, it's mainly the Tariq Nasheed types.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah,
Well,
though.
that's the. Did you see that movie Moonlight?
Oh yeah, I love that movie.
That was a good movie.
That was a really good movie. I saw it, and I feel like it is kind of I mean, it obviously is. It's a representation of, I feel, at least the Black community in America, Black Americans. If if they grow up in a certain situation, that you have to be tough, and if you're seen as gay, then you're not tough, and then you get like picked on, or you're like a target or something. Would you say that's true or not really, Black Lightning?
Yeah, I'd say that's true. Like, there's this, I guess this unwritten rule to be tough in the Black community.
Yeah,
for sure. Like, any bit of softness is looked down upon.
Right.
But
yeah.
I feel like it's getting better though with the newer generations. But yeah, it's still a problem.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like now, like I said, with my gay friends, it's almost like it's a non-factor. Like, like I said in my previous stream, I had a coworker I knew for a long time, and then out of nowhere, he's like, yeah, I'm going out with my husband or whatever, just because we didn't work that much together. But then he said that, I was like, oh, and then like we started talking about it, and it's like no big deal, And I have another friend who I didn't know, who I also didn't know who was gay, and like we were into the same things from the get-go. And then it's like, oh yeah, I'm gay. It's like, oh okay. And then we just moved on. Like, who cares? Yeah.
Yeah, I wish society was like this. Stop treating it as if it's a big deal. Like,
yeah, to me, it's like, who cares? Yeah, yeah. We ate at Chick-fil-A before together too.
Yeah. Now, if only I could just cross-dress and do whatever, that would be great.
Yeah. So you saying you cross-dress?
Yeah, but I had to do it behind closed doors. Like, I'd rather just mind my business and just do whatever, but just happen to wear feminine clothing.
Gotcha. Yeah. Any update on your friend, Classy?
I can try messaging her again.
Okay. Because we're gonna start an immigration thing here, but before we do, we got Jadiva Abdallah. Do you think gender is based on sex?
They're directing that towards me.
Anybody? Yeah. What do you think?
I don't think gender is tied to sex. I know people call me an SJW for that, but I think gender and sex are two different things to me. But the thing is, I'm more open with this, where I say that gender is a social, psychological, and a biological phenomenon combined together. And depending on how you see it, would determine whether you think there's two genders or more.
Right. Yeah.
So it really depends on the person. I don't think there's a correct answer here.
Yeah, I don't know if there's like a 100% answer. I feel like things have changed more than ever before. Someone that I brought her up last time, Blair White, was a YouTuber that, I learned from watching people. If I'm ignorant on something, I'm gonna listen to someone's experiences, and that's gonna inform me. And she says how, you know, she's transgender, and she's like, we should never force people to like say pronouns, because it's something that people don't even think about. So when they see her, yeah, she's obviously a biological man, but I'm calling her her. People would call her her, unless they want to be like a dick, or like just, or they want to be like corny and edgy. Like, oh, I'm gonna go out, like Ben Shapiro does that, where like he goes out of his way to say he.
Yeah.
And it's like, we can give the benefit of the doubt to people, right? And I think that's something powerful that she would talk about in her videos and stuff. But and there's also too, you know, other transgender YouTuber, I brought her up before as well, Susanna Mraz, who is a conservative YouTuber who lives in London. She's actually got pretty popular now because she actually interviewed Tommy Robinson and stuff, and says how, and this is something powerful too, where in that interview she says, like, the first question I think was like, what was more like hard for you to do, come out as transgender or come out as conservative? And she said, come out as conservative. And, you know, like I said, maybe, I don't know if you disagree, or if you disagree, that's cool. But I think that, yeah, that's very telling, where it's like, yeah, if someone's transgender, someone's gay, someone's different, like, oh yeah, cool, no big deal. And then if you're conservative, if you voted for Trump, if you believe in, like, you know, me, I don't believe in abortion. I think I'm completely anti-abortion to the max. And then if I say that, someone can say, oh, you're anti-woman. It's like, no, I never said that. I never said I'm anti-woman. No, actually,
Yeah,
go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say the divide is very crazy, because I'm for abort. I support people's right to abortion, but just because you disagree with me, I would never like get upset with you for that. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's the beauty of America, is that we are allowed to have different opinions, as long as we're not, you know, and they'll make the argument like, oh, you're taking the rights away from women. No, actually, I don't. All I want is just, I don't want any tax money going towards anything that does anything abortion. I never, is that such an evil thing for me to want that? I don't want any of my money going to something that does abortions. If someone wants an abortion, I don't want the government to pay for it. If they want to pay out of pocket, fine. I will shame it. I will make it. I will see it. I will try to, I guess not try. I just will just see it as a taboo thing. Just in my experiences, because I used to very obviously believe in abortion, but it's changed now. So, Super Tenor says here, he's a pro-gay, pro-marijuana, open-minded Christian conservative, but leaning more towards the center all the time. I love the channel and appreciate your viewpoint discussions. Thanks so much, man. I appreciate that comment, man. Thanks so much.
Is he talking about you?
No, I think he's talking about himself.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that kind of describes you, doesn't it? No?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I am. Yeah. I mean, I am news. I am a Christian conservative. You know, I go to church. I do believe in Christian values. As far as pro-gay, like, I'm kind of neutral. And it's like, I have many gay friends. Like, I'm not out there like, whoa. Like I said, I think it's very pandering. I was speaking to Liberosity, where you meet, I say you meet these people where they're like, oh, I just love gay couples. Oh my God. Like, I love gay couples so much. And it's like, obviously this person is trying to wave some kind of flag. Like me, it's like, you know what, love who you want. I'm libertarian at the end of the day. We live in this great country that allows us to do whatever we want. And that's the thing, you know, no one is holding any of us back from anything. And that's why people love coming here. So leaning towards more the center, I don't know if I would lean towards center. I mean, I'm pretty right wing on a lot of my opinions. I actually have a little, except with immigration, to be honest, which is kind of interesting. We're going to talk about it here.
I just want to say something.
What's up?
If you're a degenerate on the chat, I just want to say you're welcomed here. No, I'm just saying, because like someone's watching the stream and they're a degenerate, and I'm saying that's okay. You know,
okay.
You're welcome here. All right.
Okay.
You know.
He also says here, and feel free to interrupt me, guys, if I'm, like I said, doing that. Feel if you want to jump in, just jump in. I also had a very close cousin who committed suicide last year, so thank you for speaking on the subject. I'm very sorry to hear that, Super Tenor. That's, yeah, I mean, I've never had someone in my family commit suicide, so I don't know what that feels like, but I'm sure it's a very horrible feeling. Yeah, I mean, that's the whole point of my channel. You know, I believe I want to help people. You know, I feel like I want to help people just accept themselves. Like there's a lot of, with technology, with social media, with Instagram, Snapchat, you know, we have phones up all the time now, and people are very self-conscious about themselves. And more now than ever before, younger people like these, you know, think about young kids who are going to school. I didn't go to school. There wasn't, when I was in school, when I was in like elementary, middle school, there wasn't this like having to like, you know, phones all the time recording. And then that affects the younger generation now, who are kind of just born into it. So yeah, it's very, yeah, it's very interesting. So, but I guess we'll continue here, unless you have any updates about your friend. I'm just going to screen share here. Let me see here. So families, the topic of today's stream, I guess, like the main topic, families belong together. So this has been a very hot topic in the media. I feel like it kind of came out of nowhere, to be honest. This was obviously the whole reason a lot of people voted for Donald Trump, is to fix immigration and everything. And, you know, a lot of people are upset. You know, today they had the March for Families, or it's the Families Belong Together March, where a lot of people came together and were like going against, you know, that people are being deported, I guess, even though in 2016, Obama deported more people than Trump in 2017, but it's all good. I just wanted to show this kind of what is, Time Magazine released the cover of this magazine, which a lot of people of you guys have probably seen this already, but it's the cover of the magazine, and it's Donald Trump. It says, "Welcome to America." And then this little crying girl became the face of this kind of families belong together thing. And unfortunately, let me see here. I'll just read this. This is from CNN, so I'm being very like neutral. The cover includes an iconic image of crying child set against a red background, Donald Trump looking at her. Let me see here. CNN reported Monday the government said that the girl in the photograph was never separated from her mother. The girl's father confirmed to the New York Times on Friday the pair were never separated. But I guess the guy who makes the decision, the head guy at Time Magazine, said he stood by the use of the image. He told CNN on reliable sources that the image symbolized this moment in America. The photograph is of a Honduran toddler in tears looking up as police detain her mother. It was widely shared by media outlets last week, including CNN, during a wave of backlash against the Trump administration's treatment of undocumented immigrants. It circulated as a separation of children from their parents at the border. It became a hot button issue. So I feel like this hurts their cause, because, you know, you want to, there's two sides, right? There's two sides to everything, where, you know, you have, you know, Trump out there saying that, oh, this is fake news, and which is annoying sometimes, because then you have super like InfoWars Kool-Aid drinking people who they don't believe anything. They don't believe anything. Like the fact that I'm on CNN, they wouldn't you know, appreciate me like looking at this and talking about this. But then there's the side that this is actually fake. This is fake. This is a propaganda. Anytime you're kind of like underhandedly trying to paint something a certain way, it's propaganda, because you have this cute little girl. She looks, you know, it's devastated that she's being separated from her mother, but she wasn't separated from her mother. And then Trump as well also signed that thing. I forget what it's called. There's a name for it. Forgive me. I forget what it is, where he signs that they're not doing that anymore, that families won't be separated. And then they're still marching. They're still complaining about him. And it's like, what are you guys doing? Like this is why he's gonna
Yeah,
he
it's ridiculous. Like I consider myself someone that's like very pro immigration. Like I'm not super open borders or anything like that. Of course, we should have some reasonable restrictions when necessary, though.
yeah.
But it really looks bad for like people like me who have like a nuanced view on immigration, and then you come on here, spreading false information about this. You know, it's just it really ruins the
Yeah.
movement. It makes people who are pro immigration look unreasonable.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because of the polarized nature of the country, it seems like the truth has a bit of nuance. It
Yeah.
always seems like nuanced when it's not. It shouldn't have to be that way, but because we're so divided, it seems that the truth is nuanced.
Right. Yeah, yeah, and it's like we don't get the truth anymore. There's so much content out there, so many news sources that they're trying to get a scoop. They're trying to paint.
Yeah, they care more about keeping appearances than actually showing the facts or anything like that. You
Right,
know,
right.
Uh,
I don't have too much to say about it. My opinion about immigration is just that. Um, Let me just stop screen sharing. I'll go back to it. The main thing about with me with immigration is that I am an immigrant. I am legal, and I legalized through my dad, who was legal, and he legalized me and my mom.
oh, we're having issues here, technical difficulties. Revenge of the Dreamer. If you can hear me, like your side has frozen. So guys, don't worry, he'll be right back. He's just having some difficulties. If you want to say something, Coda,
Did
or if
I?
not, I
uh,
can. Okay,
What's
there we go.
what?
he's coming back.
Yeah, what was the last thing I said?
You said something. Oh, it was immigration related. Shoot, I
Yeah, yeah,
forgot.
yeah. My fucking Wi-Fi. Yeah. I'll be jumping in and out here because of my freaking computer. Like, I
Do you
don't
want me
know.
to read the comments? There's a good comment here from Crod7435. I don't want more immigration. I believe America is good enough with the people we have. We should maintain our native population. Um, any thoughts?
uh,
What's your
I don't
thoughts?
know. I think I don't think immigration is a bad thing. Where I don't think he says it. He just say just limit off. We go with what we have. But I think don't immigration I guess stimulate the economy in some way. They take the jobs that we don't do ourselves, basically.
I mean, I actually have an article here if I can find it. But like, basically, there are a lot of good benefits for immigration. Like I said, like we don't need like open borders, let everyone in. Of course, we should have
Oh
restrictions. Of
yeah,
course, we
yeah for
should have
sure.
laws and keep the rule of law. But like, there's actually like an article. I think it's from like a conservative think tank. In fact, it was from the Bush administration of all places that basically studied immigration, and it basically said that there are actually more benefits to bringing in immigrants.
Right.
Yeah,
Again, this is like a conservative, right wing, uh, you know, think tank, whatnot.
yeah. That's
So
what you hear from a lot of economists. That yeah, immigration is good for the economy.
yeah, um, if only I can find the article here. It's a really good article, but don't get me wrong. Anything we can do to like reduce, the amount of criminals to get in, I'm for it though. I'm not really a big fan of the wall. I don't think building a wall is that great of an idea, or even
Right.
building a fence. But but we have to be pragmatic about this. Like there are people here that, yeah, they're criminals and of course they should be deported, and but there are also people here that are very American. Their children have integrated so well to the culture. I know some of these people. They speak with American accents. They have American values, right?
Right.
And yet, they live under constant fear of getting deported. So I think that like we shouldn't just like give a free pass to everyone. But like, look, if you're in a military family, if you have either obtained a college education here or currently enrolled in a college, any sort of college or university,
Right.
and of course you have vaccinated your children. That's extremely important, and you pay
Right.
your taxes.
Hmm.
I don't see why we can't have a easy pathway to citizenship.
Right. Yeah, it's a very and you guys hear me okay, by the way?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
All right, sweet. Um, yeah, so like I said, I'm pretty right wing on a lot of my opinions. When it comes to immigration, I mean, I do, it is frustrating to see people take advantage of a system, and there's a lot of people who hate that about when it comes to like people with healthcare, people who are illegal going to, the ER hospital rooms, and they don't have a social security, so nothing. I mean, they don't have to pay for it, I guess. Um, there's that argument. I know there's many arguments around it with jobs. I know that too. Illegal immigration actually hurts minority communities the most, like Black communities, when it comes to jobs too, because they essentially, like, a lot of illegal immigrants take jobs and, like, kind of like just beginning jobs, like low wage jobs that should be low wage jobs. um Younger, Black Americans, they can't get that job, so they don't have the entry level job to start their career, to start their professional career. I know there's a lot of Black YouTubers that talk about that on Twitter and everything as well. They're very anti-immigration, very, that's it's something that kind of opened my eyes about it.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that, but you said it was limited to illegal immigration, right?
Right, illegal. Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, I don't have a problem with that. Like, I'm against the. I know that's for a left wing person to say. It's kind of weird, but I don't think just legalizing it or illegal immigrants is the right way to do it. They have to become citizens the legal way, and just, I don't know. I'm against illegal immigration in that way, in that regard.
There's a time when the left or Democrats we shouldn't just have this sort of free for all, just let everyone in, don't check them, don't anything,
Right.
don't worry.
Yeah, that's not good for anybody.
Like, you can find clips of
Yeah.
like Bill Clinton and even Obama saying, yeah, we need to address this illegal immigration issue honestly.
Right.
Yeah, just letting anyone in and without any vetting process is very bad.
Yeah. Yeah, my opinion has changed a little bit. I want to bounce off Crod here in the comments. He says, "I believe America needs to our family and economic structure and our native population. I feel like more immigrants to promote diversity destroys a country and doesn't build any value if they're not working and living off taxpayer benefits." And I completely agree with you, Crod. The main thing though is that, yeah, it sucks. Trump had the families of people who had like kids and stuff who their kids were killed by illegal immigrants because they were like drunk driving. And I think we had this argument a long time ago, Classy Liberal, like, oh, are illegal immigrants, like, is it worse that if they commit a crime than a regular citizen?
There you go.
But then people,
so
we got a
yeah,
guest.
yeah.
Hi.
So this is
Hi.
my
Hey,
friend.
finally.
Do you want me to introduce you or?
Who's this?
Sure.
Yeah, so this is my friend Geraldine. I don't know if your
Geraldine.
audio's a bit low. Can you say something?
Well, let me turn my brightness.
Your audio's a bit low. I don't know if you could speak loud, or I don't know if it's that.
I can't really find my earphones, so
Okay.
I'm sorry if my audio is
Okay,
off.
that's fine. That's fine. Just speak a little bit louder.
That's
if
good.
Possible.
That's fine.
So guys, say hello. This is my friend Geraldine. She's very intelligent.
Geraldine.
Hello.
Thanks.
So Geraldine, Classy Liberal here said he wanted you to come on to talk about immigration, right?
Yeah, just how like information's being spread.
Okay.
Like what I was just thinking about over time. You know how like news is like released on Twitter and like you find out most of these updates. Like I recently just saw a local around here who is always updating us with the news become like a newscaster now. So that's like the new thing to do. So remember when they said like 1,500 children were missing, and then a lawyer came on Twitter and cleared it up and explained like where those children were and why they don't share that information with ICE.
I didn't see that. No.
Oh,
No,
I've heard of that.
Yeah,
You
you
wanna
heard of that?
elaborate? elaborate on
I've
that
heard.
photo?
Yeah, I've heard about the children being missing. Like I'd never I guess, getting the update about whether or not that was resolved.
Okay.
The only thing I heard is that at the
She like
board,
she cleared it up. She cleared it up and said like they're not missing. It's just that they have relatives and they're not being separated.
Oh,
right. Right, yeah, we were just watching. We were talking about the Time, Geraldine, the Time magazine cover. How you have the media kind of showing that, oh, this was a girl who was separated, and they kind of lied about it. She wasn't separated from her family. And then Trump also came out and then signed that executive order, saying that families won't be separated anymore. And people are still like, oh, like, So, what's your take on that?
Oh, that's interesting. I don't
Did
know.
you know that?
I saw that again through Twitter with most things you see it through, but I didn't really click on it because I've been busy. I wasn't really reading up on that. So what do
Okay.
you have more details on it? Like what exactly was it that what they lied on?
Yeah, I guess we can go back to it here. Basically, I was reading here that the girl in the this is directly from CNN. Government said that the girl in the photograph was never separated from her mother. The girl's father confirmed to the New York Times they were never separated. And then even so, the head guy at Time, I guess his name is Felsenthal, stood by the use of the image. He told CNN that the image symbolized this moment in America. Basically, the mom, I don't know if she was deported or not. I think she was detained, but she was never separated from her mother. Even though her picture was used as like, oh, like I was separated. But and I just think that hurts the cause of people who believe in.
It does hurt the cause. You see a lot of people hurting different causes a lot of time.
Yeah, that's the main thing. And we have another story here about another cause being hurt. I guess we can get into it unless you had some. Oh, there was one thing I wanted to say about immigration. My opinion has changed a little bit. I guess I told Classy Liberal, we were talking before off stream. I guess I can tell it to the stream now. But so I'm from Brazil. I came here. I came to America when I was 3 years old. My family first came to Connecticut, and less than a year, it was too fucking cold. We came to Florida. Yeah. Yeah. That was literally the reason. It was too fucking cold. Let's get out of here. That was it. My dad had nothing. He didn't want any more of it. But basically, over time, I know a lot of Brazilians as well, being involved in the culture and everything, who are illegal and they have to get married to get legalized. That's very common here. Like that's the fastest way for people to get legalized, is to find someone who's legal, who's American, and get married. The truth is, you have to realize where these people are coming from. These people, I know people who immigrated from Brazil, and there's a reason they're doing it, because people will say like, oh, you need to stay in your country and make that country better. No, when people have kids and people need opportunity and need to make something with their lives, they would rather go through hell in order to get to a country that's going to give them that opportunity. And when you have those families who do things like that, yes, they did come in here illegally. Yes, they are quote unquote criminals and they're breaking the law. However, I had a family friend who was assaulted in Brazil. He was basically, he drove. Did I tell this on stream, Classy?
Yes, I think you told it last stream actually with
really?
Critical Unbeliever, but tell it again because the people here probably never heard
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, is a family friend from Brazil who he moved. He came to on a travel visa. He came to live here with his daughter because and his wife is going to come later, but he came and I offered for him to live with me for a couple months, and his daughter lived with my parents, and my stepdad is like old time friends with him. He came to America because he worked in Uber in Brazil, and something that's very fucking common in Brazil is crime. fucking crime and assaults and, you know, thieves trying to hold you up at gunpoint, carjackings are very common in big cities like Sao Paulo, Rio. So he's from Sao Paulo, and he actually showed me the video. There's a video basically where he was, you know, these guys came up to him and told him to get out of his car at gunpoint. He got out, put his hands up, was lying on the ground. His wife and his daughter were in the building looking and seeing what was happening and couldn't do anything. And imagine what they were thinking, like, you know, a gun being held to him. Stole his car, and a whole bunch of people on the street started also coming, and they fucked up. And so they were, I think it was like 4 guys or something, and they started holding their guns to the people who were on the street. And it was like, you didn't know what was going to happen. It was very tense. Ultimately, they stole the car, and he knew who it was that stole it. Like, he knew where he lived. So he went and crashed. He snuck into that guy's house, stole his car back, rather. I mean, he got his car back. And once that happened, that guy put like a notice in that area, like, I want to go after him. He took, basically, he's like, he took that back. He stole from me. Now I'm going to kill him. I'm going to shoot him. He was like desperate. He didn't know what he could do. So he came to America. And this is the most hardest working person you'll ever meet. Just drives for Uber, drives for odd jobs, and that's what he has to do to survive. And yeah, maybe he's breaking the law and things, but I'm not like totally against that. I don't see how he's affecting anyone out there. He's not affecting anyone. He's just trying to provide for himself, his family. He's obeying the law. He got a license. And that kind of changed my perspective with things. And not that I was like super anti-immigration, and I still believe in immigration laws. But
we talked about it before. This is not the first time we've had a live stream about immigration. We had one before. It was just you and I together.
Right.
And we have pretty similar views on this. I mean, obviously I'm a liberal, you're conservative, but when it comes to immigration, I guess maybe because we're both immigrants or children of immigrants, my mother is an immigrant. We both sort of are sympathetic to these people, and we both think that yes, we should have common sense laws, regarding illegal immigrants and whatnot, but we shouldn't be the sort of xenophobic sort of all anti-immigrant what do you call it? There's a little bit nuance to this discussion.
Oh yeah. So really quick here, Jadiva says,
wait, no, let me read this.
Okay.
So a degenerate said, how do you think Trump versus Obama have dealt with immigration? Just because people tend to demonize Trump, I think, at a larger scale. She also commented on the picture. I believe that picture is also from a couple years ago. I've heard of that as well.
Right.
So I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts on Obama's?
I think it's because Trump is a bit of a loose cannon. He just, I think his mouth gets him in trouble.
Yeah.
I think that's right. Yeah.
Well, I think that, and Geraldine, feel free to jump in here anytime. But I think that, like I said, Obama deported more people in 2016 than Trump did in 2017, but you don't hear about that. They had on Twitter, people were freaking out of like people being detained behind these fences, and they would be like, oh my God, they're like trapping them like dogs. And they were using pictures when Obama was in office. And it's just like, yeah, this is the Border Patrol. People are being detained, right? And that's very common now. Just people will sway if, and that's why I hate this left-right thing. And this, it's like Cowboys versus Indians, like what's your football team? You're cheering for your team because Obama did it. You don't talk about it. You don't show it. You're actually using photos from his administration to show that, oh, this is what Trump is doing. When Obama was doing it, though, you guys didn't care. And that's just something I noticed, and that's something that kind of frustrates me, honestly. That there's just kind of, there's we need to. I do believe we need to have strict borders. We need to have strict immigration. And I think with Trump, with other things too, he's going in and actually being very strict on things. There was this army general who I saw it on this show. I think he was talking to someone. He said, you know, now that when Obama was in office, that's how ISIS was able to grow in the Middle East, and they were, you know, they grew and they were able to be established, and Obama wasn't as serious about it. But now, like, Trump actually basically, like, this guy who actually went and was, I guess, enlisted there, he said, like, yeah, we're pretty much almost dismantled them, and they're almost gone. Did innocent people die to achieve that? Yeah, it did.
It's
But
part of the cost of war.
yeah, it is part of the cost of war, and a lot of people get upset about that and believe that's wrong. But yeah, I mean, he doesn't care. He came in and was like, I don't give a fuck. Like, if you agree with me or not, this is what's going to happen. And sometimes that's a good thing. Maybe I feel like sometimes there has to be a bad guy. There has to be a bad guy sometimes.
It's true, and it's easy to paint the bad guy, and it takes away a lot of attention. Like, you know, Mexicans got really offended by the way Trump was talking about them and regarding Hispanics. But you have to remember how other Hispanics handle other problems of their neighbors, and they're always in a position, and from what I see in the media, it's always like they're not able to do enough to help out their neighbors. They have immigration laws too, you know.
Sure.
Yeah, I think Mexico has actually really strict immigration laws.
I heard Guatemala does too. I heard that
Yeah.
it's not easy to navigate. So sometimes I feel like we should have more of an alliance, and we should have less of this scapegoat image, because there's a lot more people accountable of why they're going all the way to the United States. I honestly feel like people don't really want to come to America as badly as people think they do. You know?
Yeah, well, no, I do think people do want to come badly to America. I mean, yeah, I know people who went through the system illegally to come to America because it was so bad in Brazil. Yes, I mean, there
I
is.
mean, what I'm trying to say is, like, they're forced into that position. Wouldn't they want to, like, have a better life where they live?
Right. I mean,
Saturday.
if they wish, yeah. I mean, like,
Ideally.
they wish in Brazil. I mean, they wish in Brazil they
or
would. They,
a neighboring country to Brazil that was like as good or had better opportunities as the United States.
Let me
Right.
actually, sorry to interrupt, but actually, a lot of people don't know about this, but believe it or not, El Salvador has a lot of immigrants, despite the fact that it's a very small country. I mean, it's probably the smallest one of the Central American countries, unless you count Belize or whatever.
right.
It's actually very common to see immigrants from Honduras, from Nicaragua, from Guatemala, probably even
They're all
Mexico.
so close.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
And-
because we're very close, but it's not just that. It's just El Salvador has a lot of job opportunities, though.
That's great.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's not perfect. Like, there's a lot of problems that I can probably make a whole stream criticizing my issues with the Salvadoran government, but they're pretty good in the sense that they have a lot of job opportunities. They have a similar capitalist system as the United States. In fact, they even have American. They don't even use their own currency. They use American currency. You
Yeah.
know, it's just funny.
Speaking of which, yeah, I mean, all of these countries in Latin America deal with immigration issues.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to speak to what I know about. Obviously, in Brazil, there's tons of people immigrating from Venezuela because Venezuela is a shithole. They're socialist, and it's very tough. You know, their money. You know, in my job, I would speak to people visiting from Venezuela or immigrating, and they're like, "Yeah, our currency is worthless. We like pay everything in American dollars or another current kind of currency because their currency is basically useless." And they're going through a very tough patch. And I know I think like 3 Venezuelans who tell me about it. And they're immigrating to Brazil, and even though Brazil isn't the greatest, I mean, at least they're capitalists and there's some opportunity, and they're immigrating to Brazil, and the Brazilians are like, right, and the Brazilians are like, we don't, you know, they're having their own immigration issues, like, we're having too many immigrants from Venezuela, oh my god, you know, they're taking our jobs, whatever. But you know, every country has these problems, so yeah, I mean, it is a nuanced topic. And I just want to I guess this will be kind of the last point on this topic. Average kickboxer, legal immigrant from India checking in. He says, it's very difficult to immigrate to the U.S. legally. College degrees, wealth of family from native country, and luck are some of the major factors. Most legal immigrants struggle to immigrate to the U.S. They have to spend a lot of money, attain a high enough education, etc. Classy Liberal was saying that maybe that's how it should be. It's kind of interesting because Trump is essentially mirroring Canada's immigration law. It was very hard to immigrate to Canada, and because of that, I would visit Canada, and it was very diverse. You had a lot of Indian people in Canada, a lot of
Salvadorans, believe it or not.
Really, yeah. There's every single group: Portuguese, Italian, Latin American, every ethnic group. Immigrate to Canada, and they're very high, very educated, very just they're culturally Canadian. I mean, to them it doesn't matter. Like, it's not like they're acting any different or anything. And it's, I think, due in part to their very strict immigration. They're only accepting people who's going to benefit the country. And I think America should do the same thing. It should be a long process. It should be a hard process. And because it's going to be so much better when you actually achieve it. And that's how, we're able to preserve our country and preserve our values. So,
yeah, I think I agree there.
Right.
Yeah, because I was researching Canada's immigration policy. Yeah, it's very strict.
Yeah. So Geraldine, do you have time to stick by for another topic for our current events?
I just wanted to try it out. I'll try it for the next podcast because I have to finish what I was doing, but it was really
okay.
Cool. Yeah.
All right. Oh, I appreciate jumping on.
Yeah, we can talk about more things, and I'll talk to Classy Liberal about it too.
All right. Well, you have a great night. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye, Gerald.
See ya.
Cool. All right, that was pretty cool. Little extra guest there. If you guys are enjoying the stream, make sure to like the video, guys. I really appreciate it. If you want to support the stream as well, I have a link in the description there as well. And I guess we'll continue here. So we're just going to wrap up with some current events here. I guess let me bring it up. My mouse would start working. I have my the Mac mouse, the iMac mouse. It's like the batteries get disconnected randomly. It's so annoying. So, journalist who tweeted Maryland killer wore Donald Trump MAGA hat loses job. So I don't know if you guys know, there was that shooting, I don't know the official name of it, the Annapolis shooting, or basically the shooter. He killed about 5 people. He was like a disgruntled employee, and he, I guess, went to his old workplace, shot up the place, and killed 5 people. When this was happening, I'm burping, Jesus. Let me read this, I guess. A Massachusetts reporter tweeted that the Annapolis, Maryland Capital Gazette killer was wearing a Donald Trump campaign MAGA hat. He has announced that he has lost his job. Let me see here. The guy is accused of killing 5 newspaper employees in Maryland, wearing a red America, Make America Great Again hat as he committed his shocking crime. And I saw this when it was happening. I guess he's verified, and it was a journalist said, shooter who killed 4 people at Annapolis paper dropped his MAGA hat on newsroom floor before opening fire. And it looks like just straight bullshit. But that's annoying. Why would you do that? Why would you say something like that? It does sound honestly sarcastic and like a joke, but but as a journalist, you can't do things like that. So it says here, Barry deleted the tweet after an editor from the paper saw it and demanded that the tweet be deep-sixed. However, the posting was seen before the deletion, and screenshots soon began appearing on social media. And that's what I love about the internet. Screenshots stay forever. So yeah, and you can never go back with things. Barry went back to Twitter to announce that his newspaper career had come to a screeching halt. So he tweeted his, "Folks, my 21 career as a journalist, a fancy term that makes my skin crawl, frankly came to a screeching halt yesterday with one stupid, regrettable tweet. Can't take it back. Wish I could. My sincere apologies to all good, hardworking reporters and to POTUS supporters. So, yeah, I mean, I honestly, that's what I wanted to ask you guys. Someone who has a 21-year career, I guess, at a newspaper somewhere, do you think he deserves to lose his job over this?
Honestly, I think that was a bit much, really. Because, like, did he clarify that was a joke or something?
He didn't clarify that it was a joke, but he like had to delete the tweet. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's a little much in my opinion. I mean, I don't know.
Especially if he was a veteran in that career. Like, geez, 21 years and you fire him for that?
Yeah, I mean, we're living in a time now that people can get fired over anything. I mean, I even criticized the Me Too thing where, what's his name? Hardick, the guy who was like he was on like all of these like video game shows. He was like the host of like Talking Dead and those like.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah, I forgot his name. Chad Hardwick, I think that's his name.
Yeah, something like that.
Chad Hardwick, yeah. And then his ex-girlfriend basically came out with that article, and nothing was like official. And I mean, not that nothing was official, but it's like, you know, she knew there was more to the story, and just because like he didn't sexually assault her, he was kind of just a bad boyfriend, and he got fired for that. He never hit her. There was no domestic violence. There was never any sexual assault on her claim. Literally, he was just like a mean boyfriend, and because of that, he was fired. And that's where I was like, all right, that's ridiculous, guys. Like, why are we doing this?
Yeah, I agree completely. That is messed up for sure. You can't just fire people over something that's not confirmed. That is messed up.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that all it takes is for just someone to make a false accusation? Someone's life is just ruined.
We're living in that time. We're living in those times where that's all it takes. So, no, Classy Liberal, do you have anything to say about this, or I think you're muted?
He said he'll be right back.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it makes me afraid to get a career under an employer. And then because I'm so close to politics, what if I say the wrong thing and then I get fired for it? Someone, I guess, report it to my employer and then I'm fired. That is so messed up. I shouldn't have to live in fear like that. No one should.
Well, yeah, we can't really joke anymore. I mean, do you know that famous case of that girl who she went to Africa, and she's a white girl, and she before she got on the plane, this was her exact tweet. I remember it. She said, "All right, guys, I'm going to Africa. Hope I don't get AIDS. Just kidding. I'm white." That's what she said. She tweeted that, and then she tweeted that. And yeah, I think it is kind of like a dumb joke, like a tasteless joke. But she basically, she tweeted that, and obviously was on a plane. And by the time she landed, she turned her phone on. She had been fired from her job. She had been like a national news story. Like basically it blew up because she went to Africa on the plane. It was like that's like a 8 to 12 hour plane ride. I don't know exactly how long it is. It's a long plane ride. Basically, her life had changed like dramatically over one single tweet. One tweet she made. Maybe it was tasteless. Maybe it was stupid. Maybe it was horrible. However, I don't know, for her to lose her job and for her to become like, you know, completely ostracized, I don't think that was right. And even though what I see this guy, Connor Berry, even from what he did, you know, I don't think he should have, that should have happened to him either, even though I don't agree with what he did. So yeah.
Like with the thing with that, if you're going to go that route, which I kind of disagree with what these people are doing, if you want to go that route, I mean, basically what you're saying is that some stupid tweet that wasn't, I guess, inflammatory. I guess it was just politically charged. Like you said, the shooter was a MAGA hat wearing person who did it. You're saying that's comparable to a very tasteless, possibly racist. I mean, possibly. You're saying the two are comparable or on the same level. Like both of them are grounds to being fired. Like there has to be some I guess some kind of threshold here. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't. It's not. I don't know. I think something about that needs to be changed. Like, you can't say those two are equal footing. That both of them are warrant you being fired.
Yeah, I mean, I do think it was racist what she said. I just don't. I think just we're living in a time now that my only advice to anybody out there is just be careful what you say on the internet. Be careful if you put yourself out there. And a lot of people don't realize that. A lot of people, they're born in a time that if they didn't grow up with social media, or sometimes they're like these younger kids, these younger generations, they're being born with all this technology and they don't know like courtesy, and they don't realize that things they do on the internet will be there forever. Like screenshots last forever. So like if you delete a tweet, if you delete something, that's not that's not like the end all be all. Like you can still be, something could still happen. So that's why I'm always very careful. And I'm controversial and I'll say my opinions, even if it might be unpopular. I'm obviously, you got to be careful. So,
yeah, for sure.
So moving on here, Classy Lib, are you back?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Do you have to go take a piss or something?
Is my audio okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Gotcha. All right. So yeah, we're gonna react to this new video here. We don't have much left here, but I thought this was a pretty funny video to watch, and I just want to get your guys' thoughts on it.
Oh my gosh.
ఒకసారి సైకాలజీ దగ్గరికి కూడా తీసుకున్నాను. నాకేం అవసరం లేదు, నువ్వే వెళ్ళిపో అని చెప్పినాను. ఎందుకంటే నాకు ఆయన దేవుడు, ఆయన నాకు అంతే. మీరు ఏమని అనుకున్నా నాకు అవసరం లేదు, ఆయన నా దేవుడు అంతే.
From my side.
తర్వాత
yeah, that is very awkward. Oh my gosh, you should not worship someone to that level.
He put what I love is that he put a little Indian dot on Trump's.
Oh my gosh, that makes it worse.
I'm doing all the pujas to Trump like bow we do for our gods. I don't know. I don't really understand this. I feel like this is like a Family Guy sketch, like because they're gonna interview his wife here. Look.
దేవునికి ఏం చేస్తారంటే సేమ్ దేవునికి మళ్ళీ దేవునికి ఏం చేస్తారో ఆయనకి అదే చేస్తారు.
ఇదేం పూజ, ఈ ఫోటోలు పెట్టుకొని పూజ చేస్తున్నామని అమ్మ నాయన సుతో బయటికి వెళ్ళినా అట్లనే చేస్తుండు. ఆ పూజ అయితే పని చేయడు. బావి కాడికి పోయినా ఫోటో తీసుకొని పోతాడు, చెరువు కాడికి పోయినా ఫోటో తీసుకొని పోతాడు, ఏడి పోయినా ఫోటో సంకల పెట్టుకొని.
Oh my gosh.
That's what I'm saying. It has to be fake. I don't know.
It's possible. Maybe, yeah, it's possible. But yeah, if that's true, oh my gosh. No other human should be worshipped like that.
I think it's pretty funny. Any thoughts, Classy? Can you hear me?
That's true. Yeah, I don't know if. But yeah, as I was going to say, that triggers me as a humanist. Yes, no human is above or beneath me.
Baby Wino says here they're just showing some respect. That's a little bit, that's a little bit beyond respect, just respect.
Oh no, he left. No, Classy.
I think he has like internet problems. It's all good. He'll be back. It's happened to me too. So we'll continue here. What is your thoughts on this lady? You know about this, right?
Yeah. That's annoying. I really hate uptight people like that. That is, get a life or something. Jeez.
Let me see here.
What I did, the way I acted, I'm not proud of. I don't appreciate the way I treated her.
Allison Edel wants the world to know that she's sorry.
I should never have confronted her. And I know that. But I did, and I'm embarrassed by that. This woman.
So
okay. As long as she's saying that she's apologizing and it's actually genuine, okay. But it's still messed up if you have these people go through hell for what you're doing. I think like there's something bad happen. I'm just wondering if I'm not getting stories mixed up.
Well, yeah. I mean, she's saying that she's been getting like tons of death threats and like people like shitting on her and like just constant ridicule in social media and stuff, which I don't know if it's a little too far, but it is the consequences of being in a public square. Like you can't just do whatever you want. You know, you have to, you are going to be accountable for your act. It's like we're saying with the tweets, with the guy who tweeted, with the girl who tweeted about the Africa thing. You know, these things are going to happen, right? And you have to be very careful with what you do. And you know, you have this lady. They're going to show it here. I guess I'll play it real quick.
I don't want to let a little girl sell some water.
Okay.
44-year-old has been publicly shamed after this Instagram video captured by the girl's mother went viral. It shows Edel on the phone with 911 following
I love how she crouches like she's like a Solid Snake, like just crouching, but you know, behind the wall, as if like, I don't know, like just it's just funny to me. Like I don't want to be recorded. It's like, bitch, like you got to be proud of what you're doing. Like you're on the street. Like what are you gonna do?
Yeah, it's instant regret. I think she probably realized that. Okay, I think I messed up. I have to go through it now.
And it's always an overweight woman. It's always just like someone who is unhappy with themselves. Like this little girl. I guess if you guys are not familiar, I mean, everyone's seen it. It's, you know, completely blew up. Like this little girl selling water on the streets. Like I would buy one from her. Like, man, that's fucking awesome. And then you're there calling just think about it. Like you're calling the cops on a little girl selling water. Who is going to be on your side? Nobody.
Okay. Based on her actions, yeah, she was a bit of a dick there. So I guess it makes the backlash a little bit more justified. Not saying I agree with it, but I can understand where they're coming from.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think that's why people fucking have to. You gotta do some yoga. You gotta smoke some weed. You gotta lighten up like that. You know, now she's ruined her thing, and I don't know. I don't feel bad too much because it's like, yeah, this is what you do. Like, I don't know. You have these people who like that. I just hate that those people like, I'm gonna call the police. Like the police is on my side. Like they're my personal fucking cavalcade here. It's like,
yeah.
So yeah, it's like I don't feel bad for you. You know.
Over an 8-year-old girl selling water without a permit.
She calling police on an 8-year-old little girl. You can hide all you want. The whole world gonna see you, boo.
Oh.
On my property.
When you look at
basing on the dialect, I'm guessing that's a black woman.
It's a black woman, and I love how she's perfect about it too, because she's not like angry or hostile. Like she's just like, yep, well, look, we got this, you know, lady here. She's calling police on a little girl. You can hide all you want. Like it's just perfect. Perfect. And the lady is there, like, just finally she just says like, yep, I'm here calling police for selling water. And she has this like frown, like this like fake ass smile, and it's like, man, like it's just perfectly set up. Like some videos you see like that blow up, like these kind of viral videos, they're perfect, you know. So.
Yeah, I can understand the backlash this time around. Like I'm on this.
Yeah,
I'm siding with the people against her because come on, why are you calling the cops?
Yeah, what goes through your mind?
Embarrassment, taken out of context, manipulated. People don't understand what exactly was going on. It was something like $2 cold water, $2 cold water, just for hours.
Edel claims the original complaint was over noise. An entrepreneur in the cannabis industry, she says she couldn't concentrate on her work.
An entrepreneur in the cannabis industry? Like that?
What?
That's even more mind-boggling. If you're a real entrepreneur, you'd be like, man, like, girl, I love your hustle. Like, you know, here's my business card. Come back and, you know, we'll hire you when you're 18. Like, come on, lady.
You guys hear me there? Hello?
Yay, hey.
You got your internet fixed?
Yeah, sorry, I was having so many issues. Hopefully, is everything now? Like, can you see me? Can you hear me?
Everything's all good, man. It's all good. Yeah, we're talking about Permit Patty here. Do you know about her?
Is that the one about the whole the girl was selling water and she called the cops or something and she hid behind the thing?
Yeah. We're gonna wrap up this video here real quick.
Claims she asked the mother if they could keep it down.
And I said, do you have maybe a permit for the water you're selling? Maybe this could get her to move. Says, I have exactly what I need. Why don't you call and ask the police? And I'm doing everything right.
Why were you selling water?
Because I wanted to help my mom, and I wanted to get the money to go.
Oh, that makes it worse.
That's what I'm saying. It's so perfect. Like, and she wanted money to go to Disney. Someone actually, obviously, this got so viral. Someone actually did send her money and get her Disney tickets. And you know, they show her reaction, which is, you know, very cute.
Oh, it makes it so hard to sympathize with the caller. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't sympathize with her. It's like, yeah, you see this cute little girl, like, oh my God, like, yeah, I just don't know what she was thinking. You know, I just don't know what she was thinking. Oh, go ahead.
Wow.
What are you gonna say?
No, you go ahead. I was pretty much going to reiterate what I was going to say. I need to stop doing that.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Don't apologize.
The money.
However things unfolded, the backlash has been fierce. Dispensaries have pulled Edel's products off the shelves. She said she's received numerous death threats, while also being called a racist.
I think she's a bully. Just the fact that she called the police on a child, that's evil. But to call on a child of color, knowing
I hate that term. Please stop saying of color.
I just want to say that, like, yeah, I don't like that term either, but I just want to say that, like, I don't know if she's racist or not, but I don't like the woman, the color, but I don't know if she's racist or not. I think that's irrelevant. Regardless, she's not a good person.
Yeah. Either way, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that I'm gonna show a new video here in a second, but that is the thing. It's like, is it over race? You know, is it just that she's unhappy and you know, does race have nothing to do with it?
It depends. Like, if you can find this pattern where she's making these calls on black or brown people.
Yeah,
if she's constantly making calls on them, then sure, yeah, maybe there's some racist bias there. But for now, just one incident that we know of. So we're just gonna call it, yeah, she was just a bitter woman.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, and this reminds me of, you know, the barbecue lady who called the cops on the black people. I mean, I think that's worse as well. Like, that's so bad. It's like, I think that is racial. It's like, yeah,
that would have been racist, yeah, for sure. Like, I feel like,
yeah, it's just racist. It's like, yeah, I'm calling the police. Like, you guys are using coal in the bar in the fucking park. Like, lady, like, no one is on your, like, I don't know. And it's become like a meme now. There's like this, I guess I don't have the video here to show, but it became like a meme of you know, what was going on there. Let me see here. Tammy Wright says, first time I caught you live. Hey, what's up, Tammy? And
oh my God, look at the comment.
Oh no, a race realist showed up. Oh,
got a race realist.
Yeah, race is real. IQ is something at the bottom. Yeah, large region. Yeah, there you go.
Black Lightning, you just need to, like, accept alt-right and just join your you know, we know that you're an honorary Aryan. If you would just accept that race is real, I'm just kidding, I'm not alt-right. You know, that will give you honorary Aryan status, you know.
I'm sorry, I will not join a dying movement.
You're gonna have to stop the cross-dressing, though. You're gonna have to stop cross-dressing. But
well, I heard the alt-right likes traps.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because of the enemy stuff.
Yeah. Don't worry, guys. I will dress up real good for you.
So yeah, I think that's just the end of that video. And then there's another clip that happened today. I thought this was pretty hilarious. I guess we can watch this.
Can't wait. Science says no eating and drinking. You don't get.
The sign says no eating and drinking. You're not supposed to eat and drink here. Okay?
This guy is hilarious too, and you'll see in the video that, like, people are kind of like talking and they think.
No, I'm sorry. Just look at that face, though. Like, do you think that's a face of someone who's, like, actually, like, satisfied with their lives? Like, you think this guy actually, like,
exactly
has happiness? Like, I mean, just look at him. Like, this is sad, bro.
when I see this stuff, I think like, man, what kind of life? I want your life because I want like I want the less amount of problems where I can actually give a fuck about things like this because I don't have time to give a fuck about this. So what do you do in your life for a living where I can like have no fucks to actually go out of my way to like care about things like this? And that's what I think about the other people too. Like it's like just ignore it. Like you go out of your way to like, it's just, I don't know. I'm speechless.
Stupid. I've seen people like you on TV.
People are laughing.
I'll get the police on board. How about that? Yes, please. Can you get a policeman on board here? We got somebody dying in number 356. Dining, eating on
He's dining.
the train, eating on the train.
Okay, pause it.
Thank you very much.
What? This guy's.
I mean, maybe if he was like smoking weed and it was in a state where it's not legal. I mean, even then, I wouldn't care,
Smoking a
to be
cigarette,
honest.
yeah, like if he was like, let's say like smoking a cigarette or
Yeah,
something.
because of secondhand smoke and there could be children there. I would understand.
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't freak out like that, but like I would definitely let someone know, hey, they're smoking. They're not supposed to smoke here. Bro, he's eating a burrito, man. Like, since when has it been like a crime to eat some Taco Bell? Now, no, don't get me wrong. If he was eating Chipotle, I think that guy didn't go far enough because I hate Chipotle. So I think I would have stopped him right there.
You hate Chipotle?
Yeah, if he ate Chipotle, I would have told him, hey, get that out of here. All right? I don't want to see Chipotle here. I hate Chipotle.
We can't be friends anymore.
I'm just joking, by the way. But still, this is ridiculous.
He gets his phone out. Look at that fucking grin. I would smile, yeah. Yeah, so that's pretty much.
This is sad.
So what is up with these people? Just like,
Or he must feel so heroic. Like, I wonder, like, what he told his friends later after this. Like, today, I stopped a man from finishing his burrito. The children, the women, the men, they all praised me.
yeah, exactly. Shout out to here. So Tammy, your show is very entertaining and extremely underrated. Totally love it. Thank you so much, Tammy. I appreciate you for being with us here tonight. Let's see here.
Wait. The degenerate says alt-righter weeps. That is true. They say they want to protect the white race, but I gotta masturbate to Japanese hentai first. Then I can take the white race.
Oh no, that guy's still going. Is science alt-right? Oh, jeez. I feel bad if this is what you dedicate your life to.
You know, I don't know if these guys are trolls or anything like that, but
it could be a little bit, and then
put featuring Black Lightning on the title. Maybe that's how they got here. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty infamous to the alt-right. They don't like me at all.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, like I said, I've only made one video about the alt-right because it's like there's not much to say. It's like I'm just like, people will associate like being right-wing with being alt-right, and it's like, no, like right-wing, it's all about being individual, as an individual, being conservative. You stick to conservative values, you're going to be successful. You're going to have everything you want. And that's why, you know, ethnic minorities and everything are, at the top. You know, that's why Indian Americans.
I actually want to apologize to Coda because I didn't want to talk about alt-right or anything like that. I know like that's a topic you want to take a break on.
Well, it's okay because I'm kind of revving myself to get back into it for one last hoorah with the topic. Then I'll be done then. But for now, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it is tiring though because no matter how much I talk to these people, they will never compromise. They don't realize that I'm nuanced. Like this guy, he just pretty much said race is real. What did I ever say? Race was not real. They don't listen. I'm sorry. This is why I had to quit the topic.
Yeah. Race. Yeah, I mean, race is definitely real. I mean, I don't really think that they're putting go ahead. Sorry.
Well, the thing is, when people say race is real, it's so vague now. It definitely, it's especially if you've been dealing with race realists for a long time. It's such a vague phrase because what race means to someone could be completely different to another person. Like someone could say, yeah, race is real in the sense that yeah, we see the skin differences, the bone structure. Fine, we see that race is real in that sense, or race is real in a social sense, or race is real in most race realists. Well, not most, but I guess I could say most. I mean, most of them tend to argue this point that race is real because the IQ, the intelligence differences, the behavioral differences are all genetic. And yeah, like what do they mean by race is real? Who knows? It depends on the person you ask.
You know, Black Lightning. I think at some point once you do your last video, and that'll be it. I'll take the torch, man. I'll finish a job. I'll do what crowd couldn't do, and you know.
Oh, yeah. The topic is dead.
It is. But
he said he was poking fun at me.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you noticed my. He said he was poking fun at me because he noticed me from Kraut's doxing server.
Oh. Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't call it a doxing server. I'd just say Kraut did shady things. Like he made himself look shady.
Kraut did nothing wrong.
But yeah, I'm not upset with you. Okay.
Okay, yeah, just.
Oh well, race is real means it's not a social. Well, okay. I'm not going to make this a race realist video. I know that's very draining. Sorry. That's the last I'm going to address it.
It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, I'm like I said, I don't. It's not something that really interests me. I think that if you're my whole thing, I guess this will be the final thing I'll say about this is just that. Like these people are focusing on like creating like an ethno state and getting the government involved to do all this work to like separate the races, and it's like so you guys, that doesn't sound right wing. That's that you're wanting to like have the government be this authority to like do this when you should be putting all your efforts into focusing on your own life, and that's how you'll be successful. But that's all I'll have to say about that. So yeah, with all these people calling the police and everything, there's one final video. I think this is just a funny quick video we'll watch here.
Told you guys to keep it down. I got a police officer on the phone pulling up right now. Told you guys to keep it down. Be very loud. It's not our backyard, bro. I spit.
Oh my god.
Motherfucking meat shoot ass motherfucker. I saw he disturbed you guys.
Oh.
A little twist there.
Oh man, that video is beautiful. I should stop underestimating World Star Hip Hop. I think it's a terrible website, but
dude, I fucking love World Star. That's why
I ironically like World Star Hip Hop. Ironically.
The reason why I stayed away from it for a while because I just saw the fighting compilation. I was like, oh my god, this is like the worst of humanity, all in the compilation format.
Yeah.
I don't like the fight compilations. I grew up, watching a lot of fights. I hate seeing that shit. Like people getting, people getting jumped and shit. Like it makes my stomach turn. Like I don't even like watching that shit. I watch it just because of the funny stuff, like skits, like weird videos. Like I saw a video today. I think like it's just when you're bored, like just pull it up on your phone on the app on your phone. And there's like there was a story today of a guy who was like upset at this Walmart, so he like crashed his truck through the Walmart, and it's crazy. It's like
did it happen in Florida?
It happened in, let's see.
Oh my god, $5 that happened in Florida.
It probably happened in Florida too. Yeah.
Oh, our state is the worst state, man.
Let's see here. Texas man drive his truck through a Walmart, causing $500,000 in damages.
I just like imagine the guys like, oh my god, they're out of pork rinds again. How many times I gotta tell the Walmart people I need my pork rinds? They're the only place in my city where they got them cheap. You know.
I'm not sure what happened. That's always funny too. Like people get so upset they just crash their car through an establishment. Like
that's what they get when they're out of pork rinds.
Yeah.
My gosh.
Well, I guess we can. It's a short video. I'll play it real quick.
Oh.
Oh wow.
I like the fact it's a red truck. You know, so King of the Hill like.
What'd you say?
It's a red truck, kind of like from King of the Hill.
Oh, okay.
I would like to know the reason why he did this.
They're gonna show, I think, here. I don't know what's up with this music. Yeah, so that was that. So yeah, that's why I love.
Because of an argument.
He was having an argument with a woman, apparently. I don't know.
They're arguing over freaking the what do you call the
heck?
Yeah.
Longhorn.
So that's why I like going to World Star, and then like I'll make like a compilation of comments of like people reacting. Like I made 2 compilations of.
Oh yeah, like the Roman Millennial video. That was a good video.
Yeah.
How World Star reacts to Roman Millennial. That's a good video.
Yeah, and I have like a fake account on World Star too. Like it's the Shang Tsung avatar from Mortal Kombat, and I just use that to just like troll on World Star, like dumb stuff. Like people will comment shit like nothing to do with the video, like bro, like real ninjas like smell their balls or something, like just weird comments like that, So that's why I like just having fun. It's all fun. Just me with the internet, like it's just I want to have fun and everything. So
that's how it should be. People need to stop taking it so seriously.
Yeah, with this internet stuff too, it's like it's all in fun. Like with me, like actually going after how I think I'm real. Honestly, it's not even that serious. It's all to me. It's all kind of just WWE shit. I that's how I think of it.
Oh yeah, it definitely turned that way. Like people just shouting at each other. Some weird Game of Thrones thing. Like we're just climbing to the top of the popularity with the political sphere. It's just
right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and then we'll see. I mean, I don't think he's ever gonna want to talk face to face, but whatever. I don't care. But yeah, guys, that was the last video I had for the night. I don't know if you guys wanted to compound with something off that, or Classy Libra, if you have something.
I'll try to get Geraldine on next time. Like I said, she's a really intelligent individual. But it was nice that she was able to come in for a few minutes to share her thoughts.
Yeah.
Check out Black Lightning's channel. He makes really good stuff. He's honestly one of my favorite YouTube channels of all time. I don't know if I've ever.
Thank you.
I really mean it, dude. Like I really like your channel, and I think you're severely underrated.
What's your focus on your videos, Black Lightning? Like what's your main like niche, if you had to say something?
I mean, I talk about all kinds of topics. Whatever interests me, I'll just talk about it. It ranges from race, sex, sexual orientation, or LGBT, religion, science, anything really. But I also accompany every topic I do from here on out with a story.
Okay. What do you mean by that?
So basically, it's an ongoing story with my channel. I mean, at the moment, it feels like a slice of life, but I think as the chapters go on and I release more of the motion comic and the animated chapters, you'll see a more overarching plot developing, which I think will make my channel even more interesting. But at the moment, I think it's getting there. because I'm doing a story along with the politics. I'm talking about politics in a different way that I don't think many people in this community are doing it.
Okay. So you're making like a comic kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, guys, please go and check Black Lightning down below. Subscribe to his channel. It's been a very fruitful guest that I hope he will come back and join us if he enjoyed being here.
Yeah, it's really chill. I like it. I already subscribed to your channel, and I've watched. I think I didn't watch the last live stream in full, but I did watch a lot of it, and I really enjoyed the vibe here. It's really cool.
Yeah, man, it's all about conversations. Next week, guys, as you've noticed, we've been doing this about once a week, usually Saturday nights. I prefer Saturday nights, but based on the guests, sometimes we do Friday nights. One time I did a Sunday night, but at least once a week I try to do this. Ultimately, I want to get you guys engaged and build up, continue to build the audience. And ultimately, I want to start a podcast one day, and this is the start of it. And it's just about having conversations with people. I do have some featured guests lined up next week. We are going to have this Mexican Trump supporter. Her name on Twitter, I think, is like Pepe Girl. She basically got really popular on Twitter.
Oh, by the way, don't look that up in Google Images.
Why?
Let's just say Pepe can have a few different meanings in Spanish.
Really?
Don't look it up. Don't look it up. Don't look it up.
You tell me not to do it. I'm going to do it right away.
Okay,
Yeah,
do it. Don't screen share. Do it after the stream. Then, Geraldine sent me a link which will be posted on. Don't scroll down. Which will be posted on in the description for you guys to check out. So, check out that link and also check out Black Lightning's channel.
Okay. Yeah, you sent me that in the chat. So what's bad about this? I don't see anything.
No, just don't close it. Close it.
I have a family friendly filter. Like.
Oh, okay. Good.
I just see basically oh, go ahead.
Never mind. I'm looking through it now. I have no filter.
Oh, gotcha.
I don't see anything wrong here. What's going on?
Yeah, I don't see anything bad, but. So her name, she's popular on Twitter because she had a picture taken by Jim Acosta of her holding like this Pepe doll. And I don't know, I feel like the young conservatives, they're really into Pepe, and I want to know why. I'm going to ask her. There's some questions I'm going to ask her. If you guys have some questions too, be ready to ask.
Pepe is live, Pepe, Black Lightning, you're gonna actually I shouldn't say much.
Oh, well, it's okay. It's kind of they've been introduced already in episode 3, chapter 3.
Right.
But yeah, I plan on making a whole story arc about Pepe.
Oh no,
it's gonna be interesting. I introduced the alt-right type of Pepe, but I'm gonna introduce the original Pepe, the way the meme was used to be. Yeah, the OG Pepe, and it's going to detail this civil war between the two factions, the ones who were hijacked by the Nazi LARPers and the original Pepe who just wanted to meme.
I just think it's funny. It always usually has to do something with some. I love internet culture. I love memes and shit on the internet. I love it. I'm so happy that I know there's a God because of memes. Memes exist.
Oh my gosh, the anime Pepe girl.
We're gonna have her next week here. So if you guys, I'm gonna create the event maybe soon. So be stay tuned. It'll probably be the same time as tonight, Saturday night. Just if you guys want to have some questions ready. But yeah, and I think it'll be her first live. She had some articles written about her on I forget the website, but got a big following on Twitter from the picture, and is kind of politically active, and it'll kind of be her first little interview stream kind of things. And we'll talk about immigration, we'll talk about Trump, we'll talk about Pepe, we'll talk about PC culture. If something else comes up, we'll we'll have some current events of some like weird shit probably on WorldStar. I can always count on WorldStar. Like if I need content, if I need to find something, I'll just go on WorldStar and there'll be some funny video on there. I know it. So.
Oh yeah.
But that's pretty much it. Unless you guys had one final thing or.
I enjoyed my time on this stream. It's really nice. I like it.
Cool. Estella Gion, a week from now, yes, next Saturday night. Like I said, if you guys know here that what was I gonna say? Fuck. Yeah, we're live streaming here once a week on Saturdays. Baby Wino, do you believe in Nazis? No, I don't believe in Nazis. I feel like, yeah, Nazis, they died in World War II. So yeah, they're
when they might be saying it because I said Nazis, but I don't think of them as the Nazis in the World War II. I say Nazi LARPers. Like they're it's like it's all an act to be to pretend to be Nazis, but they're not really Nazis. They're just
neo-Nazi.
Yeah, or like just people on a power trip who they don't really have any real power, so they're just on the internet. That's where they get their power.
Role playing ground.
Yeah.
4chan forums.
Yeah, they're not anyone to worry about. Like that's my main thing. They're not anyone to worry about. But yes, for anyone still wondering, yes, every week we're going to be live streaming. If you guys enjoyed the stream, please make sure to like it. Make sure we appreciate everyone here joining us tonight. Share the videos. I've been kind of bad about it, but I'm gonna edit some clips from this video probably and from the previous live stream, just because some people don't really like the like looking through the whole stream if they want to just see a specific thing we react to. So I'll be splitting up the videos and uploading them. I just haven't had time. I've been very, very busy. So.
Oh, guys, let me know if you want me to do more webcam. This is kind of weird for me. It's like the first time I actually do this whole live. I mean, I show my face out there. It's my profile picture, but not
yeah,
really used.
Sure. The stream needs more sex appeal.
Oh. No, but yeah. If I thought my video quality is bad, but it looks all right, I guess. So I guess I'll try to do these. Yeah, try to do this more often. Maybe fix my hair better.
Yeah, man, it looks fine. So yeah, guys, that's all for tonight. Thank you for joining us. I guess we're gonna call it a night, and we will see you guys next week. Peace out.